Viewer discretion is advised. Also, headphones are highly recommended to watch this series. Okay, decided to record a little longer tonight just to have maybe a to be continued part or whatever. Yeah. Leaving the room. Bad idea. Let's stand at the teacher's podium, see what happens there.
よし、少しだけ先生の気分を味わっちゃえ。
How can I pass this up? It's a chance to feel like a real teacher. I decided I had to try it. During daily cleanup and such, I'd come and gone from this spot countless times. But this was the first time I'd ever had an opportunity to just stand here and preside over the classroom.
そうか。先生からはこんな風に見えるんだ。教室って。
So, this is how it looks to a teacher, huh?
なんかちょっとドキドキする。
It's kind of awe-inspiring. Gaining a teacher's point of view, in the most literal sense, was starting to get me really fired up. It may seem silly now, but this was my stage. This was where all my dreams would play out.
私もいつか。
Someday, I began to imagine the future that awaited me, painstakingly detailing some new piece of knowledge for students sitting attentively at their desks, lighting chalk across the board, filling it with information to aid them in their studies.
いつか先生になれるといいな。
I sure hope I can make the cut one of these days, with that music playing in the background again. I was getting so excited that even I began to think my behavior was a little strange. Maybe it was the juxtaposition of these joyous, freeing visions and the pricking dread. Prickling! Not pricking. Prickling. Dread. I'd been feeling up until just a minute or two ago. But then, in the blink of an eye, one of these two conflicting emotions completely overpowered the other. Where'd the rain go?
停電？
Crap! Is this a blackout? Suddenly, my surroundings were bathed in darkness. Going stiff with shock, I stumbled back a step. My back struck the blackboard with a dull thud.
いきなり何？
What awful timing! I instinctively grabbed hold of the rail where the erasers sat. I felt chalk dust against my fingertips, and the music get louder and louder. My panic heartbeat was making it difficult to breathe. Was this caused by the thunderstorm? If so, it sure picked a fine time to turn the lights out on me. If it was the thunderstorm, where's the rain?
しかもオルガンの音まだ響いてる。嘘なんで？停電になってるならオルガンだって鳴らないはずなのに。
And what's more, I can still hear the sound of the organ. But no, it's an electric organ. How is that even possible? Okay, that kind of made my heart jump a little bit. You must not go! Was this the old woman? Was this what the old woman was trying to warn me about? That's impossible. She was no fortune teller or psychic, as far as I was aware. How could she have possibly known this would happen? How do you know she wasn't a psychic? She tried to give you a paper doll that, don't psychics usually try to give you, like, some kind of charms or whatever? Just, yeah. Fortune tellers do that too, so, yeah. Hell, even if she were a fortune teller or psychic, predicting the future is the stuff of science fiction. I shook my head. Still, she gave you a charm. Tried.
落ち着くのよ、私。音楽室の方はまだ停電になってないとか、きっとそんな理由だよ。
I need to calm down. Maybe it's just this wing that lost power. And the music room is still okay. That seems plausible, right? I curled my chalk-dusted fingers into a fist and silently tried to talk some sense into myself.
ともかく早く校舎を出よう。
I've got to get out of here. I shouldn't have been playing teacher. I should have been in and out by now. Yeah, but last time he tried that, kinda didn't work out so well. Cursing myself a little, I fumbled my way through the darkened classroom. I spent so much time in here, you'd think I'd be able to find my way out of it with my eyes closed, as it were. But sadly, that wasn't the case. Smashing loudly into a desk, I knocked it on its side and began tumbling after it, instinctively grabbing at the other desks around me for support.
いけない。机の中身まき散らしちゃったよ。
Damn it! Sounds like I knocked a lot of stuff out of that desk.
元に戻さなくちゃ。
Guess I'll need to put everything back. Still fumbling around blindly, I gathered up all the scattered notes, textbooks, and writing utensils.
でも暗くて何がなんだか。もう何やってるのよ、急いでるのに。本当にドジなんだから。
I can't tell what. This is so embarrassing. What the heck am I doing anyway? Wasn't I supposed to be hurrying home? I'm such a klutz. I let out a sigh. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. Hey, you only done it like 10 times today, more or less.
これは教科書とノートでしょ?
Okay, this is a textbook, and this is a notebook, right? I was trying to take inventory of all the things I knocked out of the desk, then realized, why? I might as well just stand it up and stuff it all back in.
さすがに全部を間違いなく元に戻すのは無理だな。明日ここの席の子に謝らなくちゃ。
I couldn't possibly organize it properly in absolute darkness. Better to just apologize tomorrow for whoever sits here. 2. Not that that was a particularly pleasant prospect. Explaining what I'd done wouldn't be easy, and no matter how I sugarcoated it, it would serve as a clear indication of my clumsiness. Oh, come on, it's dark in the classroom and you fumble, so you kinda hit a desk on accident. It was dark. Blackout. Kinda easy to understand, I'd think. If I didn't say anything, it's not like I'd be found out. But that would be the same as lying, as far as I'm concerned, and I couldn't do that.
これで最後かな?
Okay, I think I've got everything. I placed my hand against the floor and swept it around, feeling for anything I might have missed. And I found something all right.
やだ、何これ? なんだかぬるぬるして。
Ew. Gross. What is this? It's all slimy. Ugh. I clearly brushed my fingers across something, but I had no idea what it was. It was no notebook, or writing implement, though. That's for sure.
机の中からなんでブニュブニュしたものが
Why would anybody have something like this in their desk? Maybe it had been on the floor all along.
なんだろうこれ
What is this stuff? I rubbed my sticky fingertips a bit deeper into the wet spot, then brought my hand up close to my face so I could get a better look at what was there. What on earth did I just touch? There was a flash of lightning almost immediately, joined by a roaring thunderclap. And with it, for a split second, the pitch-black classroom was lit up bright as day. God! Is that blood? I shot to my feet, utterly mortified. I think it's time to leave? In that split second, I got a very good look at my fingers, and it really did seem as if they were covered in blood. But it wasn't just my hand. No, if my peripheral vision were to be trusted, it looked like the entire classroom was stained a deep, dark crimson.
そういえばなんとなく生臭い気がする
Crap. It kinda smells like blood in here too. Without thinking, I backed away from where I'd been crouching. I tried rationalizing what I saw. How could a whole classroom become a bloodbath like this? Did something spill? Did someone stumble in here and injured? Did someone stumble in here injured? Oh, okay. Did someone stumble in here injured? I don't think they'd cover the entire classroom with blood unless the only way that would happen is if someone just exploded in your Why am I laughing at that? That kind of happened, kind of sort of to Mayu.
ありえないそんな何よこれ
This isn't possible. It can't be. I mean, how? My whole body was quaking. I fled from the classroom. Or rather, I tried to flee.
開かないやだやだやだ
What? Why won't it open? No! Please, no!
鍵なんてかかってなかったのに、今だって鍵はかかってないよそれなのにどうして
I don't remember locking it, and it isn't locked. So why can't I get it open? I pulled on the door handle again and again in a frenzy. I was pulling so hard, it felt like my fingernails might tear loose. But it just wouldn't budge.
なんでよ
Why? Please, why? I was absent-mindedly grabbing at my hair with one hand and slammed my fist on a nearby desk with the other. This was a nightmare.
何これ
Please, no. What is going on? Silence saturated the inky blackness of the room. I took several deep breaths in an effort to restrain my pounding heart.
とにかく一度落ち着かないとそもそもドアが開かないのだって私がこんなにパニックになってるせいかもしれないし
Calm down. I have to just calm down. I'm probably just panicking because the door won't open. Right now, this part is kind of making me wonder, why did Miss Yui stay after school? Like, when she was a teacher. I mean, she would remember this, right? So, why did she stay that late? I think if I was a teacher at this school, which I would never become a teacher at this school if I knew this crap was happening. I don't know why she would think, I'm never going back to that school after 7. Just point that out.
さっきの変な塊だってきっと何かの勘違いだよ。だってありえないじゃない。教室にあんなわけのわからないものが落ちてるだなんて。
I'm sure I just misidentified whatever that is on the floor. I mean, it's preposterous, right? There's no way something like that could be... I was certain that when I saw what it actually was come morning, it ended up being something totally random. Like someone's old soda, stained gym clothes. What? There aren't gym clothes on the floor.
きっとそうだよ。そうだ。指についたのだって美術に使う絵の具かもしれないじゃない。
That has to be it. Yeah, I probably just brushed my against somebody's paint for art class or something. My imagination was just running wild because I was panicking.
もしかしたらドアに何かが挟まってて開かないだけかもしれない。
And the doors probably just has something caught in it. That's all. I decided to check out the hypothesis by feeling my way across the door and determining if anything was jutting out of any of the cracks.
ダメだ。真っ暗で何にも見えない。
Damn. Not sure if I can do this without being able to see. I fumbled around the gaps in the door, but I just couldn't make anything out that way.
他の出口は
Maybe there's another exit. No, this was the 3rd floor. I couldn't get out of here without exiting into the hallway.
今すぐ外に出たいのに。
Let me out. I want out. Still, at a loss, I noticed a sudden flash of light through the hallway window. But the glass was only translucent, so I couldn't be sure of its source.
誰か歩いてくる。
Is somebody out there? Then there came the distinctive clomp, clomp, clomp of footsteps.
そうだ。きっと用務員さんだ。
Oh, of course. It must be the custodian. Just keep telling yourself that, Yui. I recalled the existence of a custodian who always patrolled the school grounds. This might not be the friendly custodian. It might be the other custodian that likes to hide out in the one custodian room. Yeah. I'm sure he was probably taking a look around after the sudden power outage.
助かった。
Great! I'm saved! All at once, my fear-addled legs regained their strength. This nightmare would soon be over.
すみません。
Oh, I thought that was freaking him trying to bang the door. Excuse me! I shouted to the custodian at the top of my lungs through the window.
すみません。閉じ込められてるんです。
Excuse me, I'm trapped in here. I had to be sure he heard me. I shouted again. Finally, I could see the light out in the hallway again, and it seemed to be getting closer. Ooh. However...
なんかこの光おかしい気がする。
Something's not right about this. Perturbed, I took a step away from the window.
懐中電灯だったら もっと明るいよね。
If that's
こ
a
の光はなんだか。
if that's a flashlight, shouldn't it be brighter? It kind of looks like the faint, unearthly glow classically attributed to spirits was what I was thinking. I tried to stop myself from finishing that thought, however. Dullness aside, it also looked like it was wriggling around in a very unnatural, very unflashlight-like way. That was hard to say a little bit.
それにこの足音。
And these footsteps. Clomp, 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 clomp. 4 clomps, then a 3, or a second interval, then another 4 clomps. They were sounding in a fixed rhythm.
用務員さんじゃない。明らかに変な歩き方。
That's no custodian. Nobody walks like that. Oh no, it's Yoshi. Oh god. The fear was back, in full force. I had to find somewhere to hide. What if I accidentally summoned something inhuman? I mean, whatever that was, I begged it for help. I literally invited it in.
どこか隠れるところ。そうだ。
I need to hide. But where? Oh, God. Oh, God. I want to hide in a supply locker, but the only thing I can imagine right now is that it finds me, and then it's a big, huge face on my screen. Oh, please don't jump scare me. I hurriedly squeezed myself into the metal locker where the classroom's cleaning supplies were kept. It was still pitch black in the room, so I really couldn't spare the time it would take to remove its contents. Instead, I just contorted myself to fit. Shh! The locker was thick with the smells of mold and varnish. Varnish is not a good thing to be smelling, Miss Yui. Can you just hold your breath or something?
でもここで息を潜めていればきっと見つからないよね。
Thank you. If I can just hold my breath for just a little while, I think I'll be safe in here. So I waited. I waited for the footsteps to pass by and fade into the distance, signaling that it was safe to emerge.
ずっとこんなところにいたらむせちゃいそうだよ。
Whoever it is had better hurry. I feel like I'm going to suffocate if I'm in here much longer. Yeah, I probably picked a bad choice. Still, it felt a lot safer in the locker than it did out in the room. But the footsteps weren't receding. They were just getting louder, closer, faster. Oh god. It's gonna do it. It's gonna freaking do it. Oh my god. Oh god. Don't do it, man. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh god. No, don't do it. I can't handle it. And then they came to a sudden halt. Oh jeez. Oh no. 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 They were close, just outside the locker. Don't do that! No, that's not a good thing to do. I peered through the ventilation holes, amidst the utter darkness of the classroom. There wasn't a soul to be seen. That's not something you should be doing, girl.
大丈夫。ここにいれば大丈夫。
I'm okay. As long as I stay in here, I'll be fine. Nope. Nope. I'm not sure why I believed that. Maybe because I needed to. Maybe because it was so dark. Or because I felt so much calmer in such a tight space where nothing could possibly sneak up behind me. I didn't know why, and I didn't care. I just knew that, as far as I was concerned, I was safe in here. So I stood, motionless and cramped, and waited until... I didn't have to wait long. Oh God.
今、なんか音がした。鍵がかかったような。
Oh no. They did not just lock me in the locker room. What was that? It sounded like a door locking. Suddenly, apprehensive, I gently nudged the supply closet door just to make sure it would still open for me when I wanted it to. God dang it, man! No. It's locked.
見つけた。
Oh God. Found you. I let out a sudden yelp at this unknown voice and tried with all my might to push open the door, blocking my escape. No. No, please. Let me out. Let me out. I want to come out of the closet. Is somebody still here? Oh God. You'll need to be punished for that. There was a brief moment of silence following the eerie voice's unsettling proclamation. And then... Oh no, I don't want to press X. Press an X. Crash, crunch, the metal walls around me on all four sides began warping inward as if the supply locker had somehow fed into a trash compactor. What? Ow! What's going on? There was no force I could imagine that should have been able to do this. But it was happening. This already confined space was steadily closing it in on me. No, it hurts. Open the door. Let me out. Crash, crunch, the collapse of the locker all around me continued, slowly and steadily. I could feel all manner of things pushing and cutting into my body. My vision went bright red. One of the blood vessels in my eyes probably burst from the pressure. I wasn't going to last much longer. The ventilation holes in the locker door were now pressed right up against my face, and through them I could just barely make out the figure of a person. It was the old woman from this morning. She was standing just right outside the slats, staring right into my eyes. It was the last sight I would ever see as the locker finally, inevitably smashed in my skull. Crash, crunch, crack, splat. Metal Gear taught me wrong. Metal Gear taught me wrong, that's all I can say. I was expecting locker. Snake hides in lockers. Half the time he does get caught, so maybe I should have learned better. God. Dang it. Next time on Corpse Party, Book of Shadows. Don't come any closer!